Hi, it's Laura Evans here from Unleash Your Potential, helping people like you to unleash their potential in business and life. And today I'm going to be sharing with you my top 3 tips on how to best manage exam disappointment. Now, throughout our lives, we take exams, whether that is SATs, whether that is GCSEs, A-levels, your degree exams, or even professional exams, maybe when you become an accountant or an HR professional. Exams don't ever stop. And throughout our lives, we will probably have some opportunities where we're going to get disappointed, where we're not going to get the results that we need. Now, as I'm filming this in August 2020, we've just had the A-level results come out. GCSE results are not going to be long away. And obviously, students at university already have gone through the process of not being able to take exams. And what that has meant is that there's a bunch of people that have ended up with exam results this year that they're going to feel are not justified. They were expecting a grade, they didn't get it, and that is hugely disappointing. So my 3 top tips today are aimed at those people to help you get over the hump of the disappointment. Tip number 1 is a quote which I was given many years ago now, and this is the quote. I can't credit the person because I don't know who said it, but it says this: "Nothing lasts forever. Everything is temporary, even your emotions." So if right now you're experiencing the feelings of disappointment, frustration, even anger over the situation you find yourself in, what happens with these types of emotions is your time horizon gets really short, and it's very difficult to think beyond these big negative emotions. Now, the challenge for you is thinking beyond them is actually really helpful, whether that is visualizing, imagining, but think about, where do you want to be in 3, 4, 5 years' time? What's the ultimate goal? Because for most people, exams are simply a stepping stone onto something else. Whether it was my HR qualifications when I had to pass my law exam, it wasn't about the exam, it was about the fact I needed the qualification to be CIPD so that I could get the next job and the next promotion. The promotion was the actual goal. The passing of the exam wasn't really. If you're an A-level student, maybe you have focused on getting that, that, I don't know, A or B that you wanted in science, for example, because that's what you needed to get your apprenticeship, or that's what you needed to get your degree place. But it's not the exam. The exam is a stepping stone. Be really clear that your achievements, whether good or not so good, in situations like exams, do not define who you are. Your exam result is literally a result. It is a stepping stone. It doesn't mean you're a bad person. It doesn't mean that you can't be successful in your life. I mean, blimey, some of the most successful people in the world didn't pass exams, and yet they went on to achieve amazing things. There are many, many, many ways to achieve your goals. And this stepping stone, all right, you might have slipped up a little bit, but there are still things that you can do. You can always appeal an exam result if it's really important, or you can go round it. But ultimately, think longer term. Think about, what are you trying to achieve here? Where are you trying to get to? And think about how else you may be able to achieve that objective, maybe in a different way. Who knows? Tip number 2 is what you focus on is what you get. Now, right now, if you're disappointed over an exam result, the likelihood is you're disappointed, you're frustrated, angry, irritated. You'll be feeling an array of emotions. Firstly, it's okay to feel those emotions. A lot of people think, oh, I shouldn't be feeling like this. Listen, you'll be feeling like a lot of other people. As I record this in August 2020, thousands of students have had their A-level grades downgraded. I think it's something like 40% of grades were downgraded. And actually, there's an appeals process. There's things that you can do. So feel the emotion. If you're angry, that's fine. If you're upset, that's fine. Experience that emotion, but you have to fairly quickly dust yourself off and think, right, the only person that can get this thing moving, to get me moving towards my ultimate goal, is me. So you have to dust yourself off and think, right, there's no point in me sitting here focusing on the anger and the upset for a long period of time. Like, give yourself 5 minutes, for example. Go and get, really like get that emotion out of your system and come back and think, right, now I've got to get on and I've got to knuckle down. So what can you focus on which will take you towards your goal? I mean, listen, I remember in my HR career, I was made redundant 3 times. And every single time I was made redundant, although it's not exam based, it was unfair in my eyes. I was angry about it. It was a decision someone else had taken that impacted me. And I went on a real emotional roller coaster ride. And in the grip of the moment, I probably felt a lot of the emotions that you're feeling right now. But what I can tell you is this: every single time I was made redundant, something better happened. It honestly did. It didn't feel like it at the time, but just around the corner in every one of those 3 examples, something better happened for me. And it can for you too. So think about, what can you focus on? What can you do? What control can you take back? And what are the steps that are going to take you to that ultimate goal? Remember, those exam results are just a stepping stone. My third top tip for managing exam disappointment is that often there are other things dependent on this exam. This is why we get so upset. This is why it's so important to us. We get so angry because other decisions may have been riding on these grades. So, for example, if you were going A-levels, looking to go into university, there was university places maybe dependent on certain grades, accommodation conversations to be had, your parents or other people trying to help you, everybody getting involved, everybody got an opinion. And you're in the middle of this trying to manage these emotions whilst trying to think consciously about what is the next step. If you're at university having exam disappointment, then it might have been a job was riding on you getting a certain grade. My advice to you is this: do not assume just because you didn't get the grade that you were expecting that the door is shut. Ring the employer, ring the university, ring the college and say, look, I didn't get the grade I wanted, I'm going to appeal it, or I didn't get it, but actually I'm really want to take you on board. These employers, these universities, these colleges, they all have places that they want to fill. They want dedicated people. They want people that care. So get on the phone and show them you care. Show them that you are the person that's going to jump through hoops to get this place because you really want it. You'd be surprised how much a conversation like that can go towards getting you the thing that you want. But that said, there's a lot going on. It can be very easy to get overwhelmed with all the tasks that are in front of you that you need to take on and need to complete following a result of an exam that you might get. So here's my top tip for managing overwhelm. If there's loads of stuff to get done, just stop, breathe, and ask yourself this question: what's the very first thing you need to do? The very first thing that you need to do, and then do it. And what you'll find is that by doing something, by taking some action, you'll get momentum. And when you've got momentum, your thinking starts to clear, and all of a sudden you'll be able to think more clearly, take more decisive action. But please, above all else, know that your grades do not determine who you are. They do not make you a less of a person. And actually, some of the best people in this world, the most successful that you may admire, probably also slipped up as well along the way. So you're not on your own. Keep focused on that long-term goal. And remember, there's always more than one way to get a goal. Best of luck.